Some members of your caucus have been significantly less critical of Maduro than you just were and you were in your statement. They've called his capture a kidnapping, and they have treated him as if he's the legitimate leader of the state, whereas both the former and current administrations have said that he is an illegitimate leader of Venezuela. Is it a mistake for Democrats to support not support Maduro's removal from power?
I've been very clear about my views in terms of Maduro, his legitimacy, and the fact that he has clearly oppressed the Venezuelan people. We want a bright future for the Venezuelan people. It's a great country that's been decimated by the Maduro regime. Nobody is disputing that. But no one's also disputing the fact that the overwhelming majority of Americans do not support another failed foreign war, putting our men and women in uniform at risk. And the American people certainly do not support the notion that Donald Trump and his cronies like Stephen Miller, who's a joke and a toxic embarrassment, are going to run Venezuela, a country of 30 million people. Are you kidding me? They're talking about making Venezuela great again. They haven't been able to make America great again. America's a wonderful country. We have challenges that we have to solve on behalf of working class folks in this country. And the Trump administration, throughout this previous year, into this year, has failed to do a damn thing to make life better for everyday Americans. And perhaps they should actually take heed of the fact that the American people, in election after election after election, are rejecting them, rejecting their extremism, and embracing the Democratic commitment to addressing the affordability crisis, as opposed to Republicans continuing to jam their failed extremism down the throats of the American people. Things just continue to go from bad to worse as it relates to the administration. Hopefully this week, as a result of Democratic leadership, in partnership with some of our Republican colleagues who are prepared to do the right thing on extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits, we can deliver some good news for the American people.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. You said that the future of Venezuela should be determined by Venezuelans. What exactly do you mean? Are you calling for new elections in Venezuela?
Listen, the top line principle, which should not be in dispute, is that we need free and fair elections in Venezuela, and the future of the country should be determined by Venezuelans. And we know that there will be many Venezuelan Americans here in this country that have a substantial interest and stake in making sure that they bring about a bright future in Venezuela. We support that in its entirety. But that cannot mean continued military action that's rogue, that doesn't seek congressional approval, and that seems designed by Donald Trump, who explicitly, I think more than 24 times over the last 48 hours, Donald Trump has referenced oil in Venezuela, more than 24 times. And that's not something that the American people are interested in seeing. Lives lost from our men and women in uniform, and involving ourselves in another quagmire similar to what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's beyond dispute. The American people aren't with it. House Democrats aren't with it. And the last thing in the world we need to see is the Trump administration running Venezuela. Focus on the American people and actually solving the many challenges that we have here in our country, which you have failed to do since being inaugurated on January 20th of last year.
Thank you, Leader Jeffries. The president